What's up, Renegade Nation? Before we begin the video, I want to give a shout out to our most recent Patreon supporters and YouTube members. Goliath Burrito, Forbidden Fan 12, Steven Stanton, Kent9 Dave 69, Saturn Coon, Fishcake, Nicholas A. Montgomery, Tatcap, Johann Stenfeld, Anthony, Russell Kanai Ueker, Luis A. Sandoval, Samaran 1, Shane Lindroth, Firefox 2590, Crispy Bacon, D, Evo, Jasmine Taylor Studley, Scav King, Zombie, Stinging Shadow, Cursing Throne 92, Jacobus 92, Owen, The One Who Crawls, Cesar Valentine, Joshua Suzik, Travis Tennant, Malik, JPC2, Jacob W, Alex Cole, Joshua Wire, Malik Black, Kiki, and as always I want to give a shout out to our executive producers Bevan Brummett and Vincenzo. Thank you all very much for your support. If you want to become a YouTube member, click the join button which is down by the subscribe button down below, and if you wish to become a Patreon supporter, click the link in the description to find out more. We'll see you there. Oh, I got a new tool. Wait, is this a... Oh my gosh, dude, I can melt through metal now. Yay! Any upgrades available? Hello. You know what? I got a full minute of blowtorch. Hello everyone, Nate here, and as you can see, I'm in the basement, and I am going to be doing a solo reaction down here. The one that I'm going to be doing today is actually, I have very fond memories of this film on multiple fronts because, well, number one, it was an animated movie when I was younger, and I watched it, and I was just like, I didn't know 100% what to make of it. Now that I've gotten older, I'm just like, it's all right. It's okay. It has some interesting ideas. It just doesn't take them to where they really could shine. That movie being Osmosis Jones, and starring Chris Rock, David Hyde Pierce, William Shatner. I mean, and of course starring in a live action role Bill Murray, and it. Again, there's some things I can just turn my brain off for and enjoy. And this is one of them. And not to say that there isn't some substance to it. There is definitely some substance to it. But I would say there's one thing I do remember. It was a sort of sequel to this. It was a TV show called Ozzy and Drix, which dealt with, weirdly enough, Ozzy and Drix being, removed from Frank's body. For those of you who haven't seen this, it'll be a little bit confusing, but they basically get removed from their original body, and then get it was by a mosquito, I believe. And then the mosquito goes to someone else and lands on them, and they, by proxy, get injected into the new person, which is a young kid named Hector. And it's a bit weird, but its setup was I can understand like how they would want to get through the setup and all that, and it could have been worse, but gotta be honest, I watched a little bit of Ozzy and Drix, and wasn't bad at all. I'd put it on the same level as this movie. But anyway, I'm just gonna stop talking now, and I'm going to go ahead and actually let me make sure the okay, it succeeded it. Let me pull it back down. There we go. For those of you wondering why the screen down here is so small, that's why. It has to be at least, I believe, 1/9 in order for us to avoid a lot of the copyright drones out there, or the copyright what's the word I'm looking for? You'll have to forgive me, guys. It is literally 5 in the morning. It is 5:11 in the morning, and I'm trying to get this recorded so that I can post it later today. And yeah, it's just a whole thing. Anyway, we got Osmosis Jones by the Nostalgia Critic queued up here. Let's give it a watch. Let's see what happens. Here we go. Oh.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy. Remember it, so
Hi,
you
Doug.
don't have to. Let's talk about an animated film that shows what goes on inside of you. A movie that shows that the tiny things that happen on the outside are actually big things on the inside. The colorful, strange, comedic adventure simply known as Inside Out.
Oh, God.
Sure, we've seen this idea dabbled with in unforgettable shows and shows we'd like to forget, but this is the first one to do it in such a clever and unique way. No other film showed the inside workings of the human body so cleverly and distinctly original.
Okay, I know where he's going with this. I know that they're gonna bring up the fact that Inside Out and Osmosis Jones are very similar. Very, very similar. Except there really is no, like, antagonist in Inside Out. I mean, that's a big thing. I mean, I would say that's probably one of the more defining features. It's not so much as there's a villain, it's just the natural progression of things. But anyway, let's get back into this.
And we're gonna talk about how great it is here today.
Alright, Troop, he loved the movie.
Oh my
He said it
God.
was like Herman's head.
Oh, please, no one even remembers that.
I miss the other one.
Fucking Malcolm. Fucking Malcolm is anger. I'm sorry. Just seeing Malcolm down here is anger. It makes me... it's making me laugh.
Besides, even if this idea's been done before, no pinhead's ever done it in the way that we've done it before.
Oh yeah, nobody's ever done it like this before.
What emotion are you?
I'm pissed off, that's what I am.
Hey, that's my job, buddy.
Yeah, a job you all stole from me, Osmosis Jones.
Oh great, another Wachowski fanboy.
Not Jupiter Jones, Osmosis Jones.
Wait, you're saying we ripped you off?
If the body-related pun fits.
Hey, we're one of the most brilliantly written films of all time, and you're just a Farley Brothers movie.
Yeah, that's right. You ripped off the people that made Jim Carrey a male cougar.
Hey, why don't we let the critic decide by having him review the movie instead?
Whatever we do, we better do it fast. The critic's just been sitting there brain dead for a few minutes.
Oh,
That's why we're gonna review Osmosis Jones. Why am I suddenly in a bad mood? In 2001, the Farley brothers, who you know for 3 good movies and several waiting apologies, were attached to an animated film about the inner workings of the human body, as well as some animation directors, obviously, as well.
I'd forgotten that the Farley brothers were involved with this. Jesus. I know that now, I think it's Peter Farrelly has moved on to doing more serious stuff. I know he did a Green Book, which, you know, love it or hate it, I think it's actually a really, really good film. But anyway, back to this.
It was colorful, creative, and usually forgot to be funny. Like most Farley Brothers films, it doesn't know if it wants to be a legitimately clever adult film or a giggle fest for 2-year-olds because they acknowledge that farts exist. Look! Farts exist! Strangely enough, though, everyone does end up somehow remembering this film. And even years later, there's still been quite a few people who have requested me to review this for a long time. Is it worth the request? Well, let's take a look with Osmosis Jones.
The prequel to Inside Out. Ow!
No, it is not.
The film takes place in...
It
Oh, being a Farley Brothers movie, I'm just gonna assume this New Englandish side of the U.S. Yep, as we open with Bill Murray scratching his ass. Glad to see you're aiming high there, Farleys. In the old days, he would have scratched his taint. Murray plays Frank, a zookeeper with a daughter who acts a lot more like his mother because, again, let me just take a guess here.
Your mother, God bless her soul.
You know, should we just line up all the mothers in animated films to the electric chair? Is there just a cinematic courtroom somewhere where they're just like, what are you charged with? Giving the birth of life. Kill her!
Good. Oh my god. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's a common formula. That's a formula that I think needs to die to a certain degree. You know, your mother's dead. It's like, how did she die? Doesn't matter. It should, because that has a gigantic emotional impact. Oh, hey, the plot. That's basically what it is. It's basically just how a lot of Disney stuff goes. Either the mother is dead, the father is dead, or both parents are dead. It's just, damn. I don't know what to make of it half the time. But just Walt Disney, just like, good.
But a monkey steals his egg, which means for some reason now he has to choke it. Oh, I gotta choke you. What can I even say to this right now?
Bill Murray's choking the monkey. Oh. I went for the easy route there, and I apologize.
Choking / possibly dry humping a monkey. I never thought I'd have to repeat this from my Planet of the Apes review, but don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it.
Why is that such a common theme around here?
I don't know.
Looking at the outside of him wasn't bad enough. We then venture inward to see that the inside of his body is covered in black lines for some reason. This is where we meet Osmosis Jones, voiced by Chris Rock.
Here we go again.
Well, you're dealing with a white blood cell here. Baby, it's Santana.
Yes, Beetlejuice cartoon, we found everything except your nose, but we're sure it'll show up in another awkward drawing. Jones is a white blood cell cop who helps to keep the inside of Frank healthy. And, of course, make a lot of puns while doing so.
You up Spit Creek without a paddle. We live on peanut butter and cellulite sandwiches. Take your mess. You grew up on the wrong side of the digestive tract. Good Lord, that's a lot of pudding.
They try to stop some gingivitis, which somehow ends up affecting Frank's leg while he's eating some fried chicken. I hear they do great steak. But something else it seems has snuck in, Thrax, a disease played by Lawrence Fishburne.
Careful and contagious.
You're gonna love my toxic love.
Okay, it's not Tim Curry, damn it. It's not Tim Curry, it's fucking Lawrence Fishburne. Although, close enough.
Family bitchin'.
Disgusting.
That's gonna haunt the shit out of me.
It's terrifying.
But we see bigger
I remember
things
that.
are on the mind of the mayor, played by William Shatner.
Do you have a plan to deal with the fat cell housing shortage?
I'd like to announce we're beginning construction on a third gym.
So, just to get things straight, with Shatner in charge, Frank has turned into a fat, balding, unhealthy, egotistical pain in the ass. Man, you put this guy in anything and the jokes just write themselves.
Oh my gosh.
Honey?
Hi.
You okay?
What?
You know, I think they had the idea to follow Bill Murray around with a camera to see if he did anything funny, and when he didn't, they just said make it a cartoon.
I'm making you an appointment to see the doctor.
But the mayor can't risk him getting sick, so he uses his manual override.
On second thought,
Perhaps I'll take a cold pill.
perhaps I'll take a cold pill.
Why does that sound familiar?
Because someone VCR'd my beta!
Hey, look, just because they use a control panel to shift his thoughts
While looking through a circular screen of vision.
doesn't mean we stole anything.
You know,
Okay. Again, that's not stealing. It's basically, I guess you could say taking inspiration. Because there's... you can say a lot of things. I don't know. Moving on.
You're right. In fact, I smell a spin-off with you and another original Disney classic. I call it Kimba the White Lion.
That never went to court. We're mostly on the clear on that one.
Yeah, let me know how that Frozen lawsuit works out.
Oh, yeah. We might be in trouble with that one.
Yeah, I did hear about that. The Kimba the White Lion one, though, I looked it up, and the storyline is similar, but I was going to say the storyline for The Lion King is mostly based off of Hamlet. I mean, it's basically Hamlet in the savannah. That's mainly it. That borrows pretty heavily in terms of visual stylings to Kimba the White Lion. It's weird. I mean, again, people forget Walt Disney got big on previous works that were out of sight of copyright, but now because of the copyright laws that are in place, it's basically impossible for anyone to make a more popular version of something, because if it's more popular than, say, a version that's already out, even though the original source material is within Creative Commons, aka it's free to use for anybody, then the owners of the version that is the most successful, if yours is more successful, can technically sue you. I hate the copyright. I hate the copyright and the trademark system that exists here in the United States. We should just go straight back to the Statute of Anne back when the U.S. Constitution was made.
So here's a fun drinking game. Take a shot every single time there's a cop movie cliche. I know what you're thinking. Come on, it's a cop movie. Of course there's going to be some cop cliches, but let's just
literally
all
all of them. I remember
3 minutes, let's count how many cop cliches there are. Quirky count that doesn't fit in. Ooh, the angry commissioner. Oh, how about cracking one-liners against authority? Being assigned a new partner. Really? Saying he doesn't need a new partner. Hits on a hot romantic lead whose personality is invisible. Crying. She doesn't like him, thinking independence makes up for the fact that she's totally forgettable. All right, that's 7 shots! 7 shots in the past 3 minutes. What the fuck? You're as original as a computer-generated direct-to-DVD movie!
Okay. No comment. I've worked at so many movie places, and the amount of knockoff versions of stuff basically just makes me roll my eyes.
God, I hope I didn't fuck with my mind too much.
Oh, they're fucked.
And Gary Busey's head.
That's what I imagine.
Meets up with a minion version of Iron Man named Drix, a literal pill played by typecasted pill David Hyde Pierce.
I was developed at the University of Chicago, where I graduated Phi Beta capsules.
Great. Got me in college for.
Oh, look, the two of them obviously don't get along.
No!
The mayor's assistant
Don't
Leah,
want to die of
played by
alcohol
Brandy,
poisoning.
because clearly she'll bring a lot to the role, gives Jones the chance to prove himself and Drix to make Frank feel better.
Step away. Tamper-proof seal is there for your protection.
All right, everyone. Chill.
But Jones comes across somebody who saw Fax's work.
He's coming, man. I saw him.
Ah, great. Chris Tucker's in this movie. Fax accidentally freezes him, though, not allowing Jones to figure out what he was talking about. Of course, what he is talking about is Thrax, who's apparently trying to take over his infectious competition.
We run the rackets around here. Take your little hustle someplace else.
Well, baby, this ain't about no hustle. This is about the baddest illness any of y'all have ever seen.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah. You ain't so tough.
Okay, this is always something that's bothered me. How come when you change the color of blood, it suddenly doesn't make it gory? Why is this a hard R, but if you suddenly change the color, oh, it's a Jello birthday party! Friday the 13th would be a G movie if the blood had fucking polka dots on it!
What kind of sickness do you have in mind?
Deadly.
And jagged ass teeth.
That's a constant reminder of how much the live-action scenes don't connect. Psychotic killer, gory murder, girl running around in the zoo. Come on, they go hand in hand like peanut butter and that fucking scene we saw earlier. Yeah, I don't have a comparison, just what the hell? Trix accidentally breaks off a piece of the frozen witness, so he hides it by sticking it in his mouth. Could have just put it in the back seat there, but then again, that might not have built up to our other gross-out joke. Let's see. What do we have in the appendix of what makes idiots?
Snot, boogers.
Snot looks good.
What's that over there?
It's funny because you're stupid.
Yes. Right on the magic school
So
bus.
Felix blows up the dam, getting all the snot out, but really, for no good reason, Trix decides he still wants to partner up with Jones.
Why don't we find you another, more capable officer to work with?
Sir, if it's all the same to you,
And because the piano music is signaling me to do so,
I think I'll stay with Jones.
Suit yourself.
but Jones reveals, what a shock, he has a tragic backstory. You see, a while ago, he was supposed to keep Frank well during his daughter's science fair. Hell, Frank was actually kind of a stand-up guy. More than her teacher, anyway, played by Molly Shannon.
Your daughter, Shane, I am just absolutely crazy about her.
Well, if you mean that, I'm gonna keep her.
Wow. Oh, Molly Shannon, you play it up.
To be fair, this is the only laugh Murray has gotten in the film so far.
That's fair.
Okay.
So
Oh yeah, that's Zach's project. He's a little slow. The doctor says that he has a brain the size of a tangerine.
So remember, kids, if a slow kid is having trouble at your school, this family film says it's okay to make fun of it. Just be sure the Farley brothers are around to film it when you do.
Sort of funny. But we're gonna give him an A anyway.
God, what the fuck was this rated again?
Whoa, look at that guy!
But Frank tried Tangerine Kid's oysters, which resulted in him puking all over the teacher. And Jesus Christ, give that photographer an award!
Was he on Sports Shot? You know, you got the brrrr. Oh my gosh.
He must have known the fucking millisecond it was going to come out to shoot something so perfectly composed.
He even got fired from his job at the pea soup factory.
He got fired for that? Oh, come on. The real Bill Murray's done that at tons of parties. He's never gotten kicked off the set. This, I guess,
Close.
is the excuse why his life is such a wreck now. Though, really, it's a pretty lame excuse.
Yeah.
How did he go from a pea soup factory to a zoo cleaning job? They have nothing in common. And why is he a bum loser now? The world isn't one big school cafeteria. I think he can bounce back okay. But hey, then we wouldn't have classic Farley comedy like this.
What's wrong now?
Gee. Oh, it's this damn toad. Do me a favor, huh? Don't you get old. Listen to the toad. Don't you get old.
Oh, get that off the table.
Palpatine back there. We use his force powers to end this scene.
Buffalo.
You want to shut the fuck up. You want to order some of my delicious shrimp with tartar sauce.
Jesus.
But Trix and Jones aren't done looking for answers.
Size don't matter. Chicken pot face.
Oh! Ow! Oh, that pun hurt! Ow!
Yeah. It's pretty
On the
heavy.
plus side, at least we know none of the puns can get quite as bad as that.
Back into this fat beat, bass pushing through my backseat.
Oh.
Oh no!
What is it? He's having a dumb attack!
Your movie was so stupid that it overloaded his brain with idiocy.
I'm sorry, most Chris Rock movies do that.
There's only one way to stop it!
We have to show him something even more painful and idiotic.
Like what?
An ad. An ad break.
Whew. Boy, was that ad bad. Whew. Unless it was a charity ad, in which case, here's where you send the hate mail. Anyway.
Or no ad at all because I got YouTube Red.
After
Or
blowing
YouTube
into
Premium.
low, Jones sneaks in and discovers the disease is planning to kill off Frank. But sadly, he also lets him get away. Can you guess what's gonna follow now?
Disregarding orders, destruction of public flesh, popping a pit bull without a permit. What the heck were you doing up there?
Your painful buddy cop movie tropes, sir.
Why, thank you, Garcon.
Fired.
I think I'll start
Give me
with
your
the
badge and gun.
cop getting fired cliche.
You're fired!
Followed by the nobody believes him when he's telling the truth cliche.
Without Jones, Frank could have been in mortal danger.
You'd love to prove that, wouldn't you, Mr. Dixon?
And for dessert, how about the finding out something that was important it turns out was all a lie cliche?
You're nothing but a wannabe, a placebo, over-the-counter, useless.
Funny or not funny?
Not funny.
Any variation?
No variations whatsoever.
Very good, sir.
Thank you, Garfon.
Garcon means boy.
Well, somebody saw the first 5 minutes of Pulp Fiction! Of course, the big question in all of this is, if Drix was a placebo the whole time, how did he physically stop all the symptoms? Wouldn't it have been more clever if he used, like, a psychological approach, like talking the symptoms out of continuing to affect? That way he'd be much more of an opposite to Chris Rock's character as well? Wouldn't that have been more funny and made more sense? Well,
yeah.
As you quickly notice, psychological intelligence is not this film's strong point. Take, for example, this scene.
Maybe if you and Mom took better care of yourselves, maybe you should still be here.
Hey. Your mom died because she got sick.
Wow.
Whoa!
I mean, Bill, I love you. I think you were robbed at the Oscars by Sean Penn, but...
That was bad.
That was an acting wasteland that you just gave us. I mean, we can scan to see if there's any emotion there. I mean, any. Nope, none whatsoever. Who talks to their kid about their dead wife while eating a fucking Cheeto? Was that in the...
That was actually a circus peanut, I think. I mean...
Talks to their kid about their dead wife while eating a fucking Cheeto.
Yeah, that's a circus peanut.
Oh, was that in the script? Was the Cheeto essential to the heartbreaking
Circus
moment
peanut.
that the music suggests we're supposed to have? Would Lion King work as well if Simba was munching on snacks the whole time? Dad! Dad, come on! We gotta go home! Dad! So while one partner gives up on himself, resulting in our hero walking around moping, just before he gives the pep talk to get his partner back, boy, they're shitting out these cliches faster than I can say them. He goes to watch some dreams, which, in this world, is similar to movies. Wait a minute, that's...
As painfully obvious as it gets!
Except, here's the thing. It's a throwaway joke in this movie. It is a complete and total throwaway joke. Whereas it is a central point of the entire film, Inside Out. So, no, that's not a steal. That's them taking an idea and making a better one. I just realized how much I sounded like Mark Zuckerberg there from The Social Network.
I don't know, guys. He's got a point on that one.
They have it on posters and everything.
Well, maybe we just put it in our subconscious.
Which we represent, by the way, as a dark, gray, scary abyss.
Oh, you mean this subconscious that's represented as a dark, gray, scary abyss?
Can I say that curse word now?
Oh, you mean this subconscious that's represented as a dark, gray, scary abyss?
Except in that dark, gray, scary abyss, all of the memories that were no longer necessary fade away. That's not happening here. These are all just like trapped in his subconscious that all of a sudden can be brought up at any given point. So again, no. Yeah, tilt your head sideways and shake your head like you're making a point. You're not making a point.
Can I say that curse word now?
Feel free. Don't care.
Leia discovers Thrax's plan to kill Frank and... Okay, is her dress shrinking or just afraid of the floor? Because that's her ass.
I think...
But that's her ass. There is no way those lines can be mistaken for anything else. I don't know who on the animation staff wants to fuck a blood cell, but even horny women from clubs are looking at that like...
Girl, you're wearing a strip of purple Scotch tape right now.
Hey, muscles.
Ah! A deflated Hulk Hogan! Oh wait, that's the always stamp of quality, Chris
Chris Elliott, yeah.
He plays Frank's brother, who is unaware that the virus is quickly claiming Frank's life.
Just as long as
Brother? Brother? That was his, like, friend from work. Because if that's his brother, then this scene right here
They have it on posters and everything.
Then this right here is even more creepy, if that's in Frank's subconscious. Your worst nightmare, your daughter marrying your brother. I don't think it... Oh God, oh God, oh God, my brain, why? Why would you do this to me, Doug? Oh. I have to look now. I have to look. I have to know if this film is super messed up or if Doug just made a mistake. Osmosis Jones. There we go. I just looked it up on Wikipedia. That's Frank's brother. I always thought it was like his friend, like from work or something like that.
Well, maybe we...
That's super messed up, y'all. That is super messed up.
Hulk Hogan! Oh wait, that's the always stay up of quality Chris Elliott. He plays Frank's brother, who's unaware that the virus is quickly claiming Frank's life.
Just as long as it don't hit 108 degrees, or Frank's daughter's an orphan.
I wish I was an orphan.
Hey, Shane, look what I brought for you. They're false eyelashes. Just close your eye.
Is the bus really the best place to do that?
Let me just put that on you here.
It looked good on Senator Palpatine. Just as Frank starts to get worse, his daughter sees him in front of the bus and gets out, calling 911.
This movie is killing him. Get me 50 cc's of loss in translation, stat!
Daddy?
Maggie.
No, Dad, it's me, Shane.
Oh, sorry, Maggie was a prostitute from years ago. You can understand the confusion, though.
Enjoy the funeral, boys.
How's your aim?
A lot better than yours.
Jones, what do you think you're doing?
We talked briefly twice, so I feel I've earned this.
No, they usually use a date, so that's...
They get shot into his daughter's eye where they have the final battle.
When I take down Frank's pretty little girl.
She ain't going down. You are.
She's not going down. You're going down on her! I probably should have rephrased that, but honestly, it's not as bad as anything else said in this movie.
Oh, God.
The eyelash falls off, killing the disease. Jones returns with the cure, and Dr. Ben Affleck seems to have brought Frank back to life.
Mama says hi.
Oh, wait, can I try that emotional moment again? I clearly should have been eating a pork rind or
Oh,
something.
my God.
So the day is saved, Jones and Drix are back on the force, and Frank goes on a beautiful hike with his daughter. What's the most heartwarming way to end this all? A fart.
Dad.
Out with the old, in with the new.
Well, at the very least you can say this film represented the turd very well. The sad thing is, there are some clever ideas in this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, the designs are great, the environment itself is pretty cool, and sometimes even some of the puns are kind of clever. The animation as well is so gorgeous to look at. It's just so colorful and flowing.
Yeah.
But the story is every boring buddy cop flick. The live action stuff is awkwardly done, and a lot of the humor just isn't that funny. I admire this film a lot more for its creativity, but in terms of a good comedy or action film, they both fall pretty ill. But who knows, maybe somebody saw these creative choices and was inspired by it years later.
Yeah, inspired to rip it off.
Okay, clearly we stole some things from you.
Borrowed or took inspiration and made 1 billion times better.
Thank you.
Some of those things couldn't have been just a coincidence.
Thank you.
But we did something with them. Something smart, something meaningful, something that can change and help lives.
All your movie did was help people lose their faith in David Hyde Pierce.
Hey, don't force me to make my voice even more gravelly and air-choking.
My God, how do you make a living off that voice?
It's kind of like nuclear power. If used right, it's effective. But use it the wrong way and it'll fuck you up for life.
It's also far away from the control panel.
What does that have to do with anything? Ah!
movie, Chris Rock.
Hey, team me up with Anthony Hopkins again and we can do anything.
No, you can't.
I'm a nostalgia critic, I remember? Even when we don't want to admit it.
Hey, I was Lethal Weapon 4!
No, Jet Li was Lethal Weapon 4. I remember Jet Li in that film more than I do anyone else. Even Mel Gibson and Danny Glover. Jesus. Jesus, wept. Oh.
I know what you're thinking. How can I get all these people I just saw on a t-shirt? Well, now you can. Nostalgia Critic t-shirts are back, and in any color that you want. But it isn't just the Nostalgia Critic, it's all your other favorite characters. The Devil, Hyper Fangirl, Santa Christ. And yes, there's even more on the way. You asked for them, we're caving in under peer pressure like pure bitches. Get Nostalgia Critic t-shirts now at the link below. They're unlike anything you've ever put on your body. Unless you wear shirts. Buy them anyway.
I don't wear shirts, Doug. I wear circus tents. Because I'm fat. Yes, I made a fat joke. Sue me. So yeah. That okay, so again, taking inspiration and blatantly stealing, there's big differences. In all honesty, if an idea is not executed properly, you blur the lines so much with this kind of stuff that it actually, in the end, it actually, like, nothing makes sense. I mean, hell, me sitting here reacting to this, is this me actually doing something transformative enough for it to be considered its own work, or is it not enough? I mean, honestly, it really comes down to artistic discretion. And what I mean by that is the creators of the videos that I react to basically being okay with me reacting to it, doing my own little tidbits, snippets, and reviews and commentary and stuff like that. I've had people contact me in the past and tell me that they do not like the fact that we reacted to their stuff, and because of that, we removed it. Because here's the thing, I'm in this to have fun. I'm in this to enjoy. I'm in this to, engage in conversation with people about things that interest me, and potentially things that interest them, and also things that interest them, and potentially we can come to, have, if we have a disagreement, then we can have a conversation, and potentially it leads to something better. But yeah, if there's people out there, there have been people out there who do not like us reacting to their stuff, we remove it, and that's that. I don't want to piss anyone off, even though there's some videos that we've reacted to that we've had to remove because of that I personally felt did more than enough. But again, just we respect the original creators, and if Nostalgia Critic, if Doug or anyone else out there, if ERB, if Vanos or hell, Soviet Womble, any of them wanted to just come out and say, hey, we do not like it, we do not like people doing reaction videos to our stuff, we greatly appreciate it if you all did not do that. And in all honesty, if that's how they felt, then I wouldn't do them anymore. I mean, when people, every time I see the comment down below about people saying, that's the thing, we're about at the 7th anniversary of the channel, which still baffles me. 7 years of this, and I can't bring myself to not talk about this, because there's just so much I have to say about it. But for people to come out and just say it's like, oh, your content is cancer, you guys are literally the worst thing on the internet. People say that all the time. And in truth, for people who say we're the worst thing on the internet, the Paul brothers are still a thing. Friggin' Keemstar still has a job, which I know there's people out there who like Keemstar. I don't. I mean, I've never really. I used to respect him to a certain degree, but then all of a sudden, when he just is blatantly caught lying through his teeth about stuff, and doesn't own up to it, it's not him keeping it real. That's just him not wanting to own up to his own failures. Anyway, I think that's going to do it, everyone. This was Osmosis Jones by the Nostalgia Critic. And, yeah, it raised some pretty interesting points. But at the same time, you know, the argument that Osmosis Jones is, you know, has effectively been, you know, stolen from by the creators of Inside Out, I think it's handled way too differently for it to even be considered 100%, considered like a 100%, oh, it's blatantly stealing, you know, you're blatantly stealing from us. It's just like, no, there's certain parts that are taken from inspiration, and then there's stuff that are designed similar, but have a completely different, like, overall feel. Like, for instance, them talking about the control panel and all that. The control panel was a thing that could be used in emergencies. The control panel was something that was used on the regular in Inside Out, like, throughout the entire film. As a matter of fact, certain parts of it, whenever, like, the film was progressing, they lost certain parts of, like, the board. Like, they couldn't interact with the board anymore. And again, just taking ideas and making them better, or taking a concept and then doing something. I look at it in some ways like this person built the chair originally, but this person over here invented a chair that rocks back and forth. Does the person who invented the chair that rocks back and forth owe the person who originally designed the chair royalties or anything like that? No. I mean, conceptually, things are too different in Inside Out for it to actually be considered something that is just blatantly stealing. Now, you can make arguments with about other things, but anyway, that's going to do it. So until next time, I'm Nate. I'll see you then, everyone. Peace out.